Hello students, welcome to the next lecture on the higher engineering mathematics. Today I will explain you how you can solve all those questions which are related to the continuous function of the one variable. I will try to solve each questions as usual in the 15 to 1 minute time period. Myself Dr. Harish Garg, you can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. Now always remember, whenever you have a function of the one variable, that means whenever you are talking about the fx, fine, how you can check about the continuity, how you can check about the function is continuous or not. I will tell you a very simple approach, and based on that approach I can solve all those 30 plus questions in this video. Whenever you are talking about the continuity, your first idea is always as the limit. Fine. Whenever the limit x approaches a, f of x exists. Fine. Whenever the function value is exist and unique, then you can say the function is, that means the limit is existence. And whenever this limit is equal to f of a, then the function is said to be continuous. Fine. But how you can solve it in a couple of seconds? I will tell you the few shortcut tricks. Whenever x raised to power m cos 1 over x raised to power n, fine. Or whenever you have the function of x raised to power m sine 1 over x raised to power n, then this function is said to be continuous whenever m and n are greater than 0. On the other hand, these two functions are said to be differentiable whenever m is greater than of n. Second way is, if you prove that the function is differentiable, fine. Another way how you can check about the continuity, if you prove that the function is differentiable, that implies the function is continuous always. Fine. So there are always the two ways. The first way, you can check whether the limit existence and unique. Otherwise, you can prove that the function is differentiable, then it is continuous always. Another way, whenever you want to discard the options, fine, then you can always try to consider these functions: 1, x, e raised to power x, and sine x. Always consider these four functions and then try to discard the options. Fine. If you have the function of the two variables like x comma y, and you have x raised to power a, y over b, x raised to power c plus y raised to power d, where a, b, c, d all are greater than 0, then the function is said to be continuous whenever a over c plus b over d is greater than 1. Function is said to be the differentiability or differentiable whenever a over c plus b over d is greater than of 1 plus 1 over c. Make sure this condition hold. Fine. If you want to find more details, you can see the first concept I have told you about the limit. Second concept I have told you about the differentiability. Fine. इसी दो कंसेप्ट के बेस पे मैं आज के सारे 30 प्लस क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर दूंगा. Fine. But before that, you must watch about these two videos. First video is related to the limits. Second is the partial derivatives. Fine. Based on these two videos, you can discuss about the continuity in a very simple manner. Both the videos you can find at my YouTube channel. You can find the playlist IIT JAM Mathematics, and you can see in this playlist orthogonal trajectory, partial derivatives, limit, and the other complete series lecture of the IIT JAM's Mathematics syllabus, recent 2026 syllabus accordingly. You must follow and subscribe the YouTube channel. Make sure, students, once you have watched this video, I am very sure that your reaction will be changed from off to the wow. If you already watched them, let me know in the comment box, have you changed your reaction from off to wow or not? Fine. अगर आप मेरे साथ जुड़ना चाहते हो, then you have to scan and join my WhatsApp group if you are the students of the IIT JAMs, or If you are the students of the CSR net and GATE, then you can scan and join this group. As I mentioned, you always only one student is allowed in the one group. If you join my CSR net group, then you are not allowed to enter in my IIT group. So make sure with what kind of the students you are and then scan and join the respective group. The only condition is that you have to subscribe my YouTube channel and get the joining link. Chaliye, let's start with the first question. Okay, now you can see it's a cos and sine. Fine. So your trick is whenever you have fine when this function is said to be continuous. This function is said to be continuous when m and n both are greater than 0. Fine. As I mentioned you in my previous two tricks, as in the partial derivative, what I told you, whenever you have x approaches 0, I can replace sin x to be x, cos x to be 1, e raised to power x to be 1, log of x plus any say a to be replaced by x plus a. But make sure whatever the angle you have, that must be near to the 0. Now look at the first example. Whenever your target is to find the limits at x approaches 0. So whenever x approaches 0, 1 over x is not a small. 1 over x is not goes to the 0. That means you can never replace by 1 over x. Cos of x is a 0. So the first function f will be x raised to power 1 over 8 sine 1 over x. Cos x I can replace as 1. Fine. Now is it a continuous function? Yes, because 1 over 8 and the power 1 both are my greater than 0. Yes, this function is my continuous. Fine. So f is not continuous. B and D option cancel. Look at the function g. Because x approaches 0, then I can replace e raised to power x to be 1. 1 into cos 1 over x. Now clearly say this function is not continuous. Why? I can write x raised to power 0, but we need x strictly greater than 0. That function is not continuous. Moreover, you can also check in this manner. Can you find the limit of the g? Limit of g does not exist. Once the limit does not exist, that means the function is not continuous. And we all know once the function is not continuous, that means the function is not differentiable. So g is continuous, C option cancel. A is the only right answer of the problem. Fine. अगर आपको इसी क्वेश्चन में डिफरेंशियबिलिटी पूछ लिया जाए, check whether f or g are differentiable or not. What is the condition for the differentiability? As I mentioned in my shortcut tricks, m must be greater than of the n. So is it satisfied? M, is it greater than of the 1? No, the function is not differentiable. And look at this again case, 0 is not greater than 1. The g is also not differentiable. Look at the next one. Your target is to find the values 0 to pi by 4 of the fx. Okay, अगर आप इसको ये सोचो कि आप इसको ओपन करिए and then you can solve it by the integration by parts, u into v, fine, that will take around 5 minutes. Fine, that is not a possible. Look at the statement very carefully. What is the derivative of the sine? Derivative of the sine is cos. What is the derivative of the integration is? Derivative of the integration is fx. So that means this is my product rule. So can I write this function is form of the product rule sin x and 0 to x fx? ये हो सकता है. You can see if you apply the product rule sin x, what is the integration? What is the derivative of the integration is fx plus cos of x integration of this. So what will happen? Integration and derivative will be cancelled out. Fine. So that will be sin x into x to 0 f of x dx from limit 0 to pi by 4. So that's over. Fine. Now you can solve. Sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, 0 to pi by 4 fx into dx, minus sine 0 is 0, which is root 2. So can you get the answer of this quantity? This quantity will be my 2 is the right answer. Always try to read the statement very carefully. Fine. Okay, look at the next one. F is a function. There exists. F is continuous at x is equal to 1. What does it mean? F is continuous means limit exists at x is equal to 1. So I can choose x minus 1. Fine. You can see the function limit is existence at x is equal to 1. G is discontinuous at 1. That means the limit does not exist at x minus 1. Fine. Then G circle F. So can you find continuous at 1? So I can check. It will be G of fx. Fx is my x minus 1. What is the G of x minus 1? It is a x minus 2. Sorry, 1 over x minus 2. And clearly say the limit existence at x is equal to 1. So yes, the P statement is true. Make sure student यहाँ पे there exists बोला है. Fine. अगर यहाँ पे बोल दिया जाए there exists always, fine, तो आपका आंसर नो हो जाएगा. कैसे? You can see if I choose the function is my 1, which is existence at 1, and G I can say 1 over x minus 1. Then what is the G circle F? Fine. This is a G of 1 and clearly say G of 1 is not defined. Fine. That means it is not continuous. Fine. So यहाँ पे there exists बोला then you can define the functions in such a manner. But अगर यहाँ पे बोल दिया जाए there always exists, fine, then the answer of the P is my wrong. Now look at the second example. There exists, again they are talking about the there exists. F and G both are discontinuous at x is equal to 1. I can choose any function. Fine. Then we will check whether the G circle F existence at or not. So f of x is 1 over x minus 1. I can substitute 1 over x minus 1 of 1. So that will be x minus 1 divided by 1 minus x plus 1. That is x minus 1 over, and clearly say the limit existence at x is equal to 1. Yes, the two function existence. So that means P, both A and B, P and Q are correct statement of the problem. Fine. Again यहाँ पे there exists बोला है. If they are talking about for all always, then you can define the function which may or may not be true. That we will see in journal. Fine. उम्मीद करता हूँ you can like and comment on this video. अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं next video भी upload करूँ आपके लिए on the differentiability or on the other topic, you must like and comment on the videos. Fine. Based on your response, I will upload the videos next video accordingly. Let f is the function which are defined like this manner, then the number of the discontinuous point. Very simple. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे cos आ गया. Then my target is to look about this quantity. Fine. अब यहाँ पे x होना चाहिए. Here is a x square minus 1. क्या मैं इस डोमेन को, क्या मैं इसको इस तरह से लिख सकता हूँ? x square minus 1 is not equal to 0 और सेकेंड वाले को x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Fine. So if I choose h is my x square minus 1, so this function becomes my h square because this number is my h cos square y square divided by h square. Fine. And 0 provided h is my non-zero and h is my 0. Fine. But यहाँ पे cos की पावर आपको हमेशा 1 चाहिए, so I can write the cos square to be 1 minus sine of 2x. Fine. 2 y square divided by h square divided by 2 divided by 2. Fine. Now clearly say if you open this bracket, that will be, now clearly f will be my h square divided by 2 minus h square divided by 2 sine of 2y square divided by h square, provided h is my non-zero, and whenever h is 0, it is my 0. Now look at that. This is the polynomial. Every polynomial is my continuous. Okay, now whether it's a continuous or not, you can apply this rule whenever m and n are my greater than 0. Here m is my 2, n is my 2. Whatever the value of this is always a positive number. Fine. So that is a positive. M and n both are my positive and values are my 0. Yes, this is my continuous at h is equal to 0. Therefore, the function is also continuous at plus minus 1. So how many discontinuous? There is no discontinuity. डिसकंटिन्यूटी सिर्फ प्लस माइनस वन पे ही आएगी ना, तो प्लस माइनस वन पे तो आपको कंटिन्यूस फंक्शन मिल गया बिकॉज द फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूस एट एच इज जीरो. एच जीरो का मतलब फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूस एट प्लस माइनस वन. दैट मीन्स देयर इज नो डिसकंटिन्यूटी ऑफ द फंक्शन. Okay, look at the functions. F of x, S of c is a collection of all those x such that f of x is equal to c. Sc is the number of the element, that is a cardinality. Fine. Then the value of this one. Again, firstly case -7 ले लेते हैं. Then your f will be x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. That number is my -7. So I can put on the left hand side, it's a +1 is 0. पहले आप बताइए आपको समझ में क्या लगा इस क्वेश्चन को देखकर. आपको क्या करना है, 0 है ना, तो दैट मीन्स योर टारगेट इज टू फाइंड the root. Fine. Your target is to find the root of the fx. That means your target is to find the value of the x such that f of x will be 0. Fine. अब क्वेश्चन को दोबारा पढ़ते हैं. Whether you are interested to find the actual value of the x, whether you are interested to find the actual value, whether x will be 1, whether x will be 2, whether x is -1/2 and so on. No, because my target is to find the cardinality. That means my target is to find the counting of the x only. तो क्या रूल लगता है आपके पास? You can apply the discard rule of signs. How many positive root, how many negative roots are there? So for this case, you can see how many positive roots. Fine. So how many changes in the sign? First is a positive, negative, positive, positive. 1 and 2. There are 2 change in sign. So number of the positive roots are either 2 or 0. How many negative roots are there? Fine. So you can calculate the value of the f of -x. So that number will be negative. Second will be negative. Third is a negative. Fourth is a positive. There is only one change in sign. So negative root is my 1. Fine. Now you can see what is the value of the f0. F0 is my positive because there is a one negative no. Okay. This is a cubic equation. Every odd polynomial must have one real roots. Must have one real root. आपका टारगेट रियल है ना, so you can also see what is the f of -1. -1 negative negative positive, that will be less than 0. इसका मतलब there exists one root which lies between -1 to 0 by using intermediate value theorem. एक रूट तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. फाइन. अब एक 3 में से एक आपको नेगेटिव रूट मिल गया, अदर 2 विल बी देयर. ओके, अगर तो ये 0 पॉजिटिव रूट है. फाइन. एंड यू कैन सी f of 0 is positive, and for the larger value of the x, it will goes to the plus infinity. That means there is no positive root. That means all are my complex roots. Complex roots are always occurring in the pair. So what is the value of the s of -7? 1. Fine. Similarly, we can check about the second part. What is the second part is how many positive roots, how many negative roots. We will see the value of -5. So if this number is -5, we can put on the left hand side, it's a -1. Fine. How many positive roots? Positive, negative, positive, negative. 1, 2, 3. So number of the positive roots are either 3 or 1. Always दो माइनस होते हैं ना. Number of the negative roots. First number is negative. What is the value of the f of -x? Negative. Second is negative. Third is negative. Fourth is negative. There is no negative root. Fine. Now you can see again we can see what is the f of 0. -1 which is less than 0, f of 1 because there is no negative root, तो नेगेटिव फिल करने का फायदा नहीं है. 1 पे कितनी वैल्यू आ जाएगी? 1 and 1 कैंसल, 0, तो एक रूट x इज इक्वल टू 1 इज दी रूट ऑफ द इक्वेशन. अगर एक रूट मिल गया तो सेकेंड रूट आप हॉर्नर मेथड से निकाल सकते हो. कोएफिशिएंट इज 1 -4 4 -1. फाइन. 1 1 -3 -3 1 0. So the equation becomes x square minus 3x plus 2 is plus 1 is equal to 0. Now clearly say the discriminant is my positive. 9 minus 4 is positive. That means 2 real root आपको यहाँ से भी मिल जाएंगे. So how many real roots are there? 1 and 2 are there. So that means 3 real roots you can obtain corresponding to -5. Look at the last case. The value corresponding to the 3. If you consider the 3, fine. If you put on the left hand side, it's a -9. How many positive roots? 1 positive, negative, positive, negative. 1, 2. Either 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3 or 1. And the number of the negative roots? Negative, 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 negative. No negative root. Fine. कोई negative root नहीं मिलेगा. So that means if I start from the f of 0, that will be my negative. Fine. F of 1 will be 4 minus of 6 minus of 8 which is again less than 0. तो negative root अब बढ़ता जाएगा आपके पास. F of 2 negative, negative and so on. Fine. But if you look about the factor of the 9, what are the factors? Plus minus 1, plus minus 3, plus minus 9. जैसी x की वैल्यू बढ़ी जाएगी, फाइन, दैट विल बी पॉजिटिव. फाइन. तो इसका मतलब एक रूट आपको यहां से मिल जाएगा. कोई भी एक रूट हो, वेदर इज 1 is not the root, whether it's a 1.5 and so on. So that means 1 is the positive. So how many roots are there? 5 is the root. 5 is the value of this integrate of this coordinate. Clear? Okay, look at the next one. The greatest integers less than equal to t. G is a functions. E is a set of the point where f and g are discontinuous. Number of the elements in the set. F and g are discontinuous. Look at that. When the function f is discontinuous, the function, because this is a polynomial, fine, that function must be continuous. The discontinuous occur due to the greatest integer. So what is the value of the greatest integer? The discontinuous is occur when the value of the x square is less than 4, either 1, either 2 or 3. G is my discontinuous whenever y square. What is the upper value of the y square is 1, 2, 3. Fine. Now you can draw it graphically. Look at that. X square plus y square is 1. Equation of the circle. X square plus y square is equal to 2. Equation of the circle. X square plus y square is equal to 3. Again equation of the circle. Now y square is equal to 1. This is the value of the 1 and it is -1. Fine. Look at the second one. This is the y square is equal to 2. This is the line for the y square is equal to 2. Fine. And this is the line of the y square is equal to 3. Now you can see how many points are there. 1 point, 1, 2, 3 point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 point. There is no point. There is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's not a point. 4, 5. 5, then 3, then 1. So how many points? You can see 9 plus 9, 18 points of the discontinuity. Discontinuity तो सिर्फ इन्हीं 2 points पे आएगी ना आपकी. Fine. So we can find all those natures and get the answer. Okay, look at the next one. F and g are my continuous functions, so that the value of this case. Look at the first one. You can easily integrate them. So that is a t cube by 3. If you substitute the lower and upper limit, It's a t cube divided by 3, 9 into x plus 1 cube. That implies g of x will be 9 3 is 27, 3 into x plus 1. Fine. Now, look at the first value. I can differentiate this with respect to x. Fine. Partial derivative of f with respect to x is 0. Then I can upload the upper limits. That is the x cube plus x square into partial derivative of x 3x square plus x square, which is equal to 2x. So can you find the value of x cube plus x square? That will be 2x divided by 3x square plus 2x. X will be cancelled out, 3x plus 2. Now you can calculate the value. What is f of 2? f of 2 के लिए x कितना होगा यहाँ पे? You have to substitute x is my 1. So the answer is 2 over 5. Fine. What is the value of the f of 12? For what value of the x you can choose? X will be my 2, 8 plus 4. So if x is 2, then it is a 6 plus 2 is 8. That is a 1 over 4. And what is the value of the g of 2? That is a 6 or 3. 3 into 3 is 9. So what is the right answer? 2 over 5 plus 1 over 4 into 16. That is my 4 plus 9. Answer is 13.4 is the correct answer of the problem. Look at the next one. F and g are my thrice continuously functions and your target is to find the limit. What comes in your mind when you look about the function like f of b minus f of a divided by g of b minus g of a? You can apply the Cauchy theorem. Fine. That is equal to f dash divided by g dash. F dash divided by g dash. So same you have here. Limit x approaches 0. Fine. It will be e of f divided by, clear? Because the functions are my continuously differentiable. Now look at the derivative of the numerator. E raised to power f, derivative is e raised to power f divided by f dash. Fine. F dash and f dash cancel. So when you substitute f is limit is 0, that will be e of ln2. And what is the e of ln2? That is my 2 is the right answer of the problem. Okay, f is a continuous functions such that f of x is equal to x plus 1. What does it implies? That means f is my periodic function. Fine, f of x is x plus 1 is a periodic function. Also, it is given that f is my continuous. So any function which is periodic and continuous, that must be bounded. That must be bounded. Fine. So अगर ये bounded है, then f is not necessarily bounded above. But once it is a bounded, that means it is bounded above as well as bounded below. So first option is cancelled. There exists a unique x naught such that f of, so you can you think about any of the functions? As I mentioned you in the earlier, you can choose as a x1, x, sine of x, and so on. Fine. So in this particular example, f is a bounded, so that x will not be possible, either the sine x or the 1. So I can choose the function is 1. Fine. Is it a continuous? Yes. Is this property satisfied? Again, can you find? Again, you can see this property is also satisfied. Fine. So what is the value of the x naught? X naught has infinitely many values. Why? Because your function is my constant and there are existence of the infinitely many values. But he said unique value. That's why this option is cancelled out. There is no x such that f of x naught plus pi is equal to f of x naught. That's wrong because you can choose x naught is my 2. What is the value of the 2 plus pi? For this function 1, And what is the value of the f of 2? Again 1. There is no x cancel. Infinitely many value. Yes, the right answer of the problem is D is the right answer. F is a continuous function such that for all x, integrations from 0 to 1, x into t of dt is my 0 for all x. Fine. सबसे पहले कैलकुलेशन को आसान कर लेते हैं. You can choose x of t is equal to y. Then what is the value of the dt? Dt will be dy over x. So you can substitute. It is f of y dy over x. Limits when x is 0, y is 0. When t is equal to 1, the value of the y is my x. Fine, which is equal to 0. Because the integration is with respect to y, I can take x is common. Fine. F of y into dy is equal to 0 for all x in the R. Now what does the meaning? Function is my continuous. Fine. So function is continuous and whose integration is my 0. What does it meaning? F of y is my 0 for all x. Whatever the domain of the x. Fine. It is for all. So f is identically to the 0 on the whole of the R. Yes. For all x belongs to the R. There is an f which is identically 0 on the open interval but not on the R. But that's wrong because our result is true for all R. F is a positive, take positive and negative value. That's wrong because f is always 0. F is but not identically 0. That is again wrong. A is my right answer of the problem. F of 0, 1 is a continuous function such that it's satisfied. Which of the following are satisfied for all t for all? First of all, you can see that it's a closed interval 0. What will happen if you substitute t is equal to 0? Left hand side will be f of 0 square, fine, which is less than of 1. 0 to 0 integration is 0. So f of 0 must be less than 1. But you can see what is the value of the f of 0? On the close, it is greater than 1. That is my, again you can see f of 0 is my 1, but it is strictly less than 1. F of 0 is less than 1 satisfied, f of 0 less than 1 satisfied. Now you can differentiate with respect to t. तो क्या बन गया आपका फंक्शन 2f into f dash less than of 0 plus 2 into f of t. Fine. 2 will be cancelled out. So f into f dash minus 1 is less than of 0. Fine. That is a negative. But you can see the codomain is my positive. That means the function f is always a positive. Fine. That means f dash minus f must be less than of the 0. And if you integrate them, what will happen? F minus of t is less than of the constant. Fine. That implies f is less than of t plus any constant a. So you can find that f of 0 is equal to less than 1. So that will be, you can see the coefficient is my t, but his coefficient is my half. That option cancel. A is the right answer of the problem. Fine. Moreover, you can also say whenever t is my greater than 0, t square is always less than of t. That is always less than 1 plus 1. So that is not the upper bound. Fine. So right answer is A is the correct answer. Student, you have to like and comment on the videos. Fine. अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं IIT JAM के और solution upload करूं, then you have to like and comment on this video. Consider the continuous function such that the property f of x belongs to the Q if and only if f of x plus 1 is belongs to the Q complement. Okay, f is a continuous on the R. Then how many such kind of the function exist? First of all, what is the R? We all know R is my connected set. Fine. And f is my continuous. So image of the connected set is my connected. Fine. यही होता है. And in the R, In the R, what is a connected set? Connected set is always my intervals. And whenever you have the interval, let's say a comma b, this interval contains both rational and irrational. Fine, because q and q complement both have rational and irrational. So what does it means? If f of x is q, if and only if f is not in the q complement, that is wrong, because in this interval there exists a c and d. C is belongs to the q and d belongs to the q complement, but that is not possible. That means there is no such function exist. There is no such function exists. So how many such functions? 0 is the right answer. Look at the next one. The largest possible value of the a, so that, okay, so your target is to find the largest possible value, that is the upper bound. I can write in the upper bound in this form: 0 to a fx plus 0 to 3 f inverse x. Fine. So first of all, I will tell you the shortcut tips. If your function is continuous and on 2, fine, then you can write the function is 0 to a fx dx plus 0 to b f inverse x dx. That must be of a into b. Make sure the lower limit will be 0 of the both case, and f is a continuous and on 2, then this value must be ab. Fine. So you can see the function is my strictly increasing on 2 and continuous. Is it okay? ये फाइन, कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड. तो ये वैल्यू किसके इक्वल होगी? 0 to a, 0 to b, that will be 5 into 3, that is a 15. So the upper value is my 15 is the right answer of the problem. Fine. ये टिप्स अभी आप लिख कर रख लीजिए, that will be beneficial for you in the coming examination. Okay, look at this next one. Okay, remember students, whenever you will see the question related to the fx minus fy, fine, or whenever you will see the term x minus y appear in the statement, fine, divide the whole expression by mod of x minus y always. Fine, divide always the whole expression by x minus y modulus. The first value will be f of x minus f of y, fine, minus 1, which is less than equal to sine of mod of x minus y square divided by x minus y. Fine. Now you can take the limit x approaches y. This value will be my f dash minus of the 1. This value will be, it's a 0 by 0 form. Fine. Once it's a 0 by 0 form, you can apply the L'Hopital rule. It's a cos over 1. You can see it is look like, say, sine of the h square divided by h. When limit h approaches 0, the numerator is my bounded function. Fine. So, and whenever x approaches y, it's a 0, it's a bounded function. So that will goes to the, is it a 0? What is that? It's a 0 by 0 form. You can apply the L'Hopital rule. So cos h square into 2h divided by 1. And when you take h approaches 0, the answer will be 0. The modulus value can never be less than 0. That means f dash of x must be 1. Now you can integrate them. F of x will be x plus constant. So now it is given that f of half is minus. So it's a minus half, which is plus half plus alpha. That implies alpha will be my minus 1. तो आपका fx क्या हो गया? Your fx will be x minus 1. Fine. Now you can integrate them. What is the integration? X square by 2 minus x from 0 to 1. So 1 will be half minus half. That is a is the right answer of the problem. Okay, look at this another one. A, B, C are the real numbers. I can choose A is my 0, B is my 1, C is equal to 2, 0, 1, 2, such that f of A is equal to B, f of B is equal to C, f of C is equal to A. Then there exists, they are talking about the existence such that, fine, I can define, जब भी आपके पास their existence की बात है, that means you are talking about the Rolle's theorem or Lagrange mean value theorem. Fine. So you can always define the functions based on the requirement. I call as fx minus x. Fine. What is that? Alpha belongs to the A and C. So first of all, what is the g of 0? F of 0 is my 1 minus 0, which is a positive number. G of 2, because C is my 2. F of 2 is my 0 minus 2, that is a less than 0. So both are my opposite signs. By using intermediate value theorem, we can say there exists one alpha lies between 0 and 2 such that g of alpha will be 0. G of alpha will be 0 means f of alpha is equal to alpha. Yes, there exists a function. Look at the second one. Again, we can consider the same g of x. Fine. Now, in this case, you have to choose the beta is lies between A and B. So, let's start with this. What is the g of 0? 1. What is the g of 1? G of 1 is f of 1 is a 2 minus 1, which is greater than 0. That means there does not exist of the guaranteed. There is no guarantee about that. There existence of some beta such that g of beta will be 0 because intermediate value theorem does not satisfy. Fine. Look at the third one. I can define the function g is f of fx, that is f circle f minus x. Interval is a comma b, 0 comma 1. My target is to check whether they are opposite sign or not. What is the g of f of 0? F of 0 is my 1. And what is the f of 1? 2, which is my positive. G of 1. So f of 1 is my 2. And what is the f of 2? 0. 0 minus 1 is a less than 0. Yes, there exists one alpha or one gamma which satisfied this condition. Look at the third one. I consider the composition of the composition, fine, which is equal to minus x. And your target is to find the A and C. G of 0, G of 2. So what is the G of 0? F of 0 is my 1 minus 0. What is the f of f1? F1 is my 2. F of 1 is 2. That means there exists, but it's open interval. What is the 2? What is the f of 2? 0 minus 2. What is the f of 0 is 1. F of 1 is my 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Fine. So that means 0 and 2 both are the roots of this polynomial. There exists a function between the 0 and 2. So can you find any function between? So if you consider the average, let's say 1. So can you check about the g of 1? What is the f of f1? What is the f1 is 2. That number is f of 2. F of 2 is my 0 minus 1. F of 0 is my 1 minus 1. 0. Yes, there exists the average. There is a 1 in between them. So D is also the right answer. A, C and D are my correct answer. A and B. So I can choose A is my 0. B is my 1. Then there exists a continuous functions from close interval 0 comma 1 to open interval 0 comma 1. And the second option is open interval 0 comma 1 to close interval 0 comma 1. Such there exists a continuous functions 1 1 and on to 1. First of all, continuous. You can see 0 comma 1 is a closed, this is a bounded. That means it's my compact set. Fine. And we all know continuous image of the compact set is my compact. Continuous इमेज कंटिन्यूस की बात हो रही है, कंटिन्यूस इमेज ऑफ द कॉम्पैक्ट सेट इज कॉम्पैक्ट, बट 0 open interval 0,1 is not compact. That means you can never define the continuous map from 0,1 to close interval 0,1 to, तो कंटिन्यूस तो आप बना ही नहीं सकते, 1 1 तो बाद की बात है। यहां पे भी कंटिन्यूस क्लोज से ओपन नहीं बना सकते आप। फाइन, यहां पे नाउ इट्स ओपन, फाइन, open to close that's possible, fine, open to close is a possible, fine, but close to open, compact to compact is not possible, fine। यहाँ पे डोमेन आपकी क्या है, ओपन, और ये आपके पास क्या है, क्लोज, तो दैट में पॉसिबल, फाइन। तो आप कैसे इसको बारे में सोचोगे, फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूस एंड 1 1, व्हाट डज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट, एनी फंक्शन विच इज कंटिन्यूस एंड 1 1, दैट मीन्स function is my monotonically either increasing or decreasing. So if I choose the function f of x is x, fine, the function is continuous, function is 1 1, fine, 0 map to the 0, we can put the conditions that f of 0 positive, it map to the 0, f of 1 negative, open interval, that map to the 1, that will make them as a continuous mapping. So continuous भी है, 1 1 भी है, fine, because यहाँ there exists बोला, always नहीं बोला। Again the function is on to the same example, the function x is a linear, is a 1 1 as well as on to, moreover is a bijective map, right answer is C and D are the correct answer। f is a function which is my continuous such that f dash f double dash is my greater than 0, a simple example is x square, no, because इसका f तो ग्रेटर देन हो गया आपका ऑलवेज, व्हाट इज f डैश 2x विच मे बी लेस देन 0 ग्रेटर देन 0 डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द वैल्यू ऑफ x, तो ये एग्जांपल तो नहीं ले सकते आप। एनी, तो मैंने क्या बताया था आपको, ईदर द 1, ईदर द x, ईदर द साइन और कोसाइन x, ईदर द एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन, यही बोला था। 1 तो होगा नहीं बिकॉज इसका डेरिवेटिव नॉट ग्रेटर देन 0, x is not possible because the second derivative is not greater than 0, sin e raised to power x, because we know e raised to power x is always greater than 0, I can choose the function e raised to power x, clearly say derivative again, derivative again, all are my positive for all x, fine। So if you substitute limit x approaches minus infinity, f of x plus e raised to power minus x, sorry, e raised to power x, so that will be e raised to power x, limit x approaches minus infinity, that is my 0, fine। Is there any other value? If I define the function is e raised to power x plus a, fine, then again f dash is e raised to power x, f double dash is e raised to power x, and if you substitute the given limit x approaches minus infinity, that will be e raised to power x plus a over 2, that answer is a over 2, fine। But in order to make the function as a positive, a must be greater than or equal to 0, fine, so that means this limit is my greater than equal to 0, the answer is any number you can choose from infinity, 0 to infinity is the right answer। लेकिन इस एग्जांपल से आप इसका आंसर 0 भी लिखाओगे एग्जाम में, that is a give you full marks। Look at the next one, S is the collection of all those elements of the 1 by n such that f of x is 1 over x, then क्या दिमाग में आता है आपके पास इस चीज को देख के, what is f of 1 by 3, 3 is less than 1, that is the definition of the continuity, fine। क्या डेफिनेशन थी, f of x minus f of a is less than epsilon whenever x minus a is less than delta, fine। So can you find the value of the fx, fx minus 3 is less than 1, I can add 2 on the both side, that means fx is lies between 2 to 4, whenever fx lies between 2 to 4, my fx is 1 over x, So that means x is lies between 1 over 4 to 1 over 2. This is my 1 over 4. This number is my 1 over 2. And my x minus a is my 1 over 3. And your target is to find the maximum of such number is 1. What is the difference of this length? This number is 1 over 3 minus 1 over 4. That is 1 over 12. And this number is 1 over 6. And how you can find the delta? Delta will be my minimum of 1 over 12, 1 over 6. So what is the minimum? 1 over 12. So it's a 0.0. Fine. It's 12 is the 96. Fine. 3 and so on. So you have to write in the 2 decimal places. 0.08 is the right answer of the problem. Is it fine? Okay, look at this function. Whether the function is continuous or not. So that's a similar question, very simple. What will happen if beta is 0? Your function is x square y, x4 plus y square. Is it continuous? You can see 2 over 4 plus 1 over 2. Is it greater than 1? No, the function is not continuous. Is the function is greater than? So you can choose any beta. So let's say beta is my 1. Fine. Then the numerator part will be x cube, either the plus minus, whatever. Fine. Divided by x4 plus y square. Is it continuous? 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. Is it a greater than 1? Yes, the function is continuous. The function is not differentiable for any beta. We can check out whether it's a differentiable or not. We can see 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2 is it a greater than 1 plus 1 over c? So left hand side is 5 over 4 and it is 6 plus 4, 10 over 4. Is it greater than? Yes. It satisfied my condition? No. It's a strictly greater than. 4 is LCM. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 4, 5. So it may be not satisfied. We can choose any other beta. Say beta is my 2. Fine. Then it will be x raised to power 4, y, x raised to power 4. Is it a continuous? Yes. This is my continuous. Fine. Is it differentiable? You can see it's a plus 1 by 4. Yes, it's satisfied. Fine. So it's not differentiable for any beta. But we can see whenever beta is 2, it is differentiable. Continuous for beta is negative. So assume that beta is my minus 1. Then the numerator expression becomes x raised to power 1, y, x raised to power 4 plus y square. So clearly say this is not differentiable. This is not continuous. Why? Because the degree of the numerator is less than of the degree of the denominator. Fine. Otherwise, you can also see 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2. Is it a greater than of the 1? No. That means the function is not continuous. B is the right answer of the problem. ये बच्चे कंटिन्यूटी और डिफरेंशियबिलिटी के लिए ही मैं कह रहा हूं आपको यू मस्ट वॉच अबाउट माई दिस लेक्चर लिमिट्स एंड द पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव. Okay, look at this another one. Check about whether the function is continuous or not. What is the degree of the denominator? What is the degree of the numerator? So clearly say the degree. अगर मैं इस रूट mod x को रूट एक्स स्क्वायर भी लिख लेता हूं, फाइन, तो द डिग्री विल बी 1. फाइन, इसकी तो 1 ही हो जाएगी आपकी. फाइन, एंड इट विल बी 2 plus 1, 3. Since the degree of the numerator is greater than of the degree of denominator, therefore function is continuous at 0, 0. Yes, the first option is the correct option. Then you have to calculate the partial derivatives. X approaches 0, f of x, 0 minus 0, 0 divided by x. What is x, 0? That is a y is 0. When y is equal to 0, it's a 1, it's a x square. And what is a 0, 0? Answer is 0 divided by x. And when you take the limit x approaches 0, answer is 0. So C option, that is a cancel out. Similarly, for the partial derivative with respect to y, when you take 0, y minus 0, divided by y. Fine. And when you substitute x is my 0, the numerator becomes 0. F of 0 is my 0. Answer is again 0. So B option is cancelled. A and D are my right answer of the problem. Let A is my positive real numbers. F is a continuous functions and even functions. क्या क्या एग्जांपल लेने को बोला मैंने? x, e raised to power x, sin x and so on. Look at the functions which are my even. Fine. This it is not even. This is not even. Sin x is not even. You can choose as a cos x if you want. Fine. But I can choose an easier number. F is my 1. And interval, I can choose an A is my 1. Fine. So your integration, that is I, is varies from -1 to 1. Fx is my 1. 1 plus ex. Fine. Now can you solve this integration? Fine. How you can solve? Either you can choose ex to be the y. Fine. And then dx into dy. तो वो आपके पास partial fraction बन जाएगा, like 1 plus y into dy. Fine. Limits are from e raised to power -1 to e. उसके बाद partial fraction करोगे and then solve it. Fine. I can solve for you. It is 1 over y. It is 1 plus y. Fine. Then you can integrate them. It is log of y over 1 plus y from e raised to power -1 to e. So that will be log of e over 1 plus e minus, एक शॉर्टकट ट्रिक्स इसके बाद बताता हूं आपको, e raised to power -1, 1 plus e raised to power -1. So that will be log of e over 1 plus e. I can take it LCM. That number will be 1 over e. So that will be 1 over 1 plus e. Log m minus log m. Log m over n. That give you log of e. Log of e is my 1. Now look at the options. First option is 0 to 1. 1. The answer is 1. Satisfied. Look at the second options. It's a twice. Answer will be 2. Fine. Look at the third options. 0 to 1. 0 to 1, 1 over 1 plus e. So if you solve them, it will be twice. That option is cancelled. Similarly for the third option. So right answer is A. पर देखिए यहाँ पे आपको कैलकुलेशन काफी ज्यादा करनी पड़ी. फाइन. तो मैं आपको एक आसान तरीका बता रहा हूँ, शॉर्टकट ट्रिक्स. वो क्या है? आई कैन चूज f इज माई 1, a इज माई -1. तो आपका इंटीग्रेशन क्या बन गया? क्या दिमाग में आता है आपके पास जब भी इवन फंक्शन की बात होती है? Fine. You can interchange the limits by, you can replace the x to be a plus b minus x. A and b are the lower and upper limit. तो ये कितना बन गया? a plus b minus x. That is the same cheese. Fine. So that will be 1 2 minus 1 e raised to power x 1 plus e raised to power x into dx. Now you can add 1 and 2. What will happen? On the left hand side is a 2i. On the right hand side it is 1 plus ex over 1 plus ex. तो कितना आंसर होगा इसका? 1. If you solve them, it is my 2. So I will be 1. Fine. So I will be 1. So now you can see fx will be 1. The A option is the right answer of the problem. Okay, look at this function again, sine and cosine. क्या रूल था मेरा? x raised to power m, x raised to power n. When this function is said to be continuous, whenever m and n are my greater than 0, और यहाँ पे कहीं differentiability भी है. What is the condition for the differentiability? m is my greater than n. First of all, clearly say this function is my continuous at x is equal to 0. Fine. तो अगर x 0 पे कंटिन्यूस है तो उसकी वैल्यू कितनी आएगी? 0. So if you substitute them, it is f of 0 by 0. That is a 0 by 0 form. Either you can apply the L'Hopital rule, but I will tell you the easiest way. What is the value of the fx divided by x? Fine. तो x से divide करोगे, that number is my x square sine 1 over x. Whenever x is non-zero, and whenever x is 0, it will be 0. Is this function is continuous? Is this continuous? Yes, because m and n are greater than 0. तो अगर ये continuous है तो इसकी लिमिट किसके इक्वल आएगी? If this limit is continuous, if function is continuous, limit must be equal to the f of 0. So that is a 0, which is my true statement. Fine, but we need a false one. Second one, fx, अगर इसको x square से divide करेंगे, what is the limit of the x square? It will be x into sine 1 over x. Fine, and 0. So is it a continuous? Yes, it is a continuous because m and n are my greater than 0. So once is a continuous, the limit will be 0. So yes, it is also my correct statement. Moreover, fx over x square is not differentiable. Why? Because m is not greater than n. It's a 1 and 1. Fine. F of x divided by x square has infinitely many maxima and minima. What is fx over x square? Fx over x square, which is my x sine 1 over x. Yes, it has infinitely many maxima and minima between the 0 and 1. Yes, it has many maxima and minima between the 0 and 1. And look at the last option. Y is x4, fx divided by x raised to power 4. So what is the x raised to power? Oh, sorry, it's a differentiable. M is greater than n. So can you calculate the value of the fx divided by x4? It is 1 over x sine 1 over x. Is this function continuous? No, because what is the m? M is my minus 1, which is not greater than 0. Is this function differentiable? No. Why? Because m is my minus 1, n is my 1. This relation is not satisfied. So that function is continuous. Wrong. Not differentiable, yes, but that statement is my false. Therefore, the D option is the correct answer of the problem. Okay, look at this again. Again, that's very simple. When you take alpha is 1, your fx will be x square plus y square. Is it continuous? 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. Is it greater than 1? No. So first answer is cancel. Fine. Look at the second option. xy divided by x square plus y square raised to power 1 over 2. So a will be my 1. Power कितनी हो जाएगी? It will be 2 and 1 will be cancelled. Plus y is my 1. और y की power कितनी है इसमें? 1. Is it a greater than 1? Yes, it is continuous. Is it differentiable? We will see a over c plus b over d. Is it greater than of 1 plus 1 over c? Is it greater than? No. 2 is not strictly greater than 2. Function is continuous and differentiable. Differentiable is not continuous, yes. So this option is also cancelled. Look at the third option. When x is 1 by 4, xy x square plus y square raised to power 1 over 4. Is it continuous? 1 power is my half. 1 power is my half. Is it greater than 1? Yes, the function is continuous. Fine. Is it differentiable? 1 by 2 plus 1 over 2. Is it greater than of 1 plus 1 over 1 by 2? So that is my 4. 4 is greater than of 3. Yes, satisfied. C is the right answer. Look at the last one. xy x square plus y square is 3 by 4. So it is a 1. It is my 6 by 4 plus 1 6 by 4. Is it greater than 1? So we will see. It is my 8 by 6. Is it greater than 1? Yes. So that means this function is my continuous. But he said neither continuous nor differentiable. The right answer is C is the correct answer of the problem. Okay, look at this next one. F is a continuous and differentiable such that f is integration from 0 to integration of f of t dt. Now you can differentiate this with respect to x. Fine. Left hand side is my f dash. Partial derivative of the f with respect to of the f of t 0. Then you can directly substitute the upper limit. Fine, clear? So how you can write? It's a df over root f, which is equal to dx. Now you can integrate them. What is that? It is my twice, which is equal to x plus constant. And what is the constant is f of 0. What is the value of the f of 0? 0 to 0. Integration from 0 to 0 is my 0. So when you take f of 0 is 0, alpha will be 0. So what is the answer of the f? X over 2 whole square. What is the value of the 6? 6 by 2 is 3. 3 square. 9 is the right answer of the problem. Okay, look at this next one. F of 0 is 1. F dash 0 is 0. F double dash 0. Your target is to find limit x approaches infinity. F of root 2 by x raised to power x. So firstly we will see what is happen if x approaches infinity. That will be f of 0 raised to power infinity. What is the f of 0 is 1. 1 raised to power infinity. Now the shortcut tricks. There will be the two shortcut tricks. Whenever you have 1 plus fx into gx is of the form 1 raised to power infinity, then you can write directly as x raised to power infinity e raised to power fx into gx. Secondly, whenever instead of the fx 1 plus fx, if it is a directly f into g is of the form 1 raised to power infinity, then you can write the expression is x raised to power infinity e, यहाँ पे g लिख लीजिए, g into fx minus 1. वो यहीं से बन जाएगा ना. आप 1 plus fx को fx कब लिख सकते हो? When you replace fx with the x minus 1. Fine. तो यहाँ पे 1 तो लिखा नहीं हुआ. Fine. So I can use this shortcut tricks. अब मैं वैल्यू फिल कर रहा हूँ. So that means limit x approaches infinity e of gx, g मतलब power, x into f of root 2 divided by x minus 1. Fine. Is it okay? Now you can see. अब infinity पे कैलकुलेशन लेंथी हो जाएगी. I can choose x is 1 over y. तो आपकी लिमिट जो है वो 0 में चेंज बना देता हूं. फाइन. तो ये क्या बन गया? e रेस्ट टू पावर f रूट 2 y माइनस 1 डिवाइडेड बाय y. तो मैं सिर्फ इतनी की लिमिट निकाल दे रहा हूं अलग से. फाइन. डिवाइडेड बाय y when you take limit y approaches 0. So when you take y 0, f of 0 is my 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. It's a 0 by 0 form. I can apply the L'Hopital rule. I can use the derivative. Denominator is my 1. It's a f dash root 2 into y. Fine. Into root 2 is separate. 1 over 2 into root y. Minus 1 will be 0. Now again you can see if you substitute 0, f dash 0 is 0, y is 0. Again it will be 0 by 0 form. I can write this quantity is 1 by root 2 और बाकी क्या बच गया? f dash root 2 मैं अलग अलग कर दे रहा हूं over root y. Again this is my 0 by 0 form. Again I can apply the L'Hopital rule. Fine. f double dash root 2 into root y into root 2 divided by 2 over रूट 2 और रूट वाई की इंटीग्रेशन नीचे. फाइन. तो 1 ओवर रूट वाई ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा आपका. रूट 2 से रूट 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा आपका. इट इज अ नेगेटिव. फाइन. सो कैंसिल. नाउ इफ यू टेक वाई अप्रोच इज 0, दैट बिकम्स एफ डबल डैश 0 डिवाइडेड बाय माइनस 1. इट्स सॉरी हाफ रेस्ट पावर वाई. सो इट्स अ प्लस 1. सो व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द एफ डबल डैश? minus 1. So you can substitute this value as a minus 1. तो आपका आंसर कितना हो गया? e raised to power minus 1. 1 over e is the right answer. You can convert into the 3 decimal places. Fine. Now I will give the two questions as an exercise for you. You can solve them and let me know in the comment box. अगर आपने यहाँ तक के कमेंट्स कर दिया तो then I can assume that आपने वीडियो को पूरा देखा है. फाइन. स्टूडेंट पूरा वीडियो देखते नहीं है और डिमांड करते हैं कि सर नेक्स्ट वीडियो अपलोड, नेक्स्ट वीडियो अपलोड. Try to understand. You can watch the video till the end. Let me know both the answers in the comment box. Which one is the right answer for the question number 1? Let me know answer A, B, C, D. Question number 2. Let me know the answer A, B, C, D. Which one is the correct option for these two examples? Based on your responses, I can assume that I can upload the next video or not. Fine. Again, if you are interested to join my WhatsApp group for the IIT jams and the CSIR, you can join me respectively. I hope you can share this video with your friends, like and comment on this. Happy learning, students. Thanks for the watching. Thanks for the support. Good luck. Best wishes.